Welcome back to another 90% Silver Market Watch. This is your 32nd weeks in a row I've been doing this. Every single Saturday morning, as you guys know, been around for a while. I do this every single Saturday. We go around the board to see who has what in stock and at what prices. I want to make a note before we get going. This is not financial advice. This is not to come down on any single company out there. They're all good companies in my opinion, but some of them are higher prices, and we do have some out of stocks to report this week. So please like, share, and subscribe. These are the best videos to educate your vendors out there at the flea markets, your farmers markets, your local restaurants, to start taking 90% silver as payment, folks. Day's coming. Let's get people educated. Please, again, like, share, and subscribe. Let's just get into it right now. We're going to start with SD Bullion out there. They're Franklin halves. The H stands for Franklin halves. The Q stands for Washington silver quarters. And the D stands for Roosevelt silver dimes. Franklin halves were very high over SD. $265.98 per $10 face. The Washington quarters came in at $253.82. They had the value rolls of silver dimes. That is not what I'm looking at for anybody else. So I cannot put, they were all out of the regular silver dimes. The value rolls could have mercuries, barbaras, they could be dinged up, whatever you want to call it. It's a value roll, so I did not include it. So SD Bullion, in my opinion, is out of $5 face Roosevelt silver dimes at this time. Price breaks down to be half dollars are $13.29 each. The quarters are $6.35 each. And of course, the dimes are not available, so there's no price there. JM Bullion came in at the quarter, at the halves, $262.05. Again, a high price. Quarters were a very high price over JM, also $262.05 for $10 face. And the Roosevelt silver dimes, again, they had dimes in stock. They did not have a $5 roll of dimes. They had $1 face dimes. So I did add that price in. They were $146.70 if you want to buy them in $1 face increments, which is very high price. Breakdown with JM was $13.10. The quarters was $6.55 each. And their Roosevelt silver dimes was $2.93. At Max came in at $255.75 for $10 face for Franklin halves. The quarters came in at $252.18 for $10 face. And their silver dimes came in at $126.09 for $5 face. Breakdown. Half dollars was $12.78 each for Franklin's. Quarters came in at $6.30 each. And the Roosevelt silver dimes comes in at $2.52 each this week. Hero Bullion out of halves. Quarters were $249.70 for $10 face. Their Roosevelt silver dimes comes in at $124.85 for $5 face. Their breakdown, again, no halves, so there's no price. Quarters came in at $6.24 each. The Roosevelt silver dimes comes in at $2.50 each. How about channel sponsor Pinbacks? Pinbacks comes in for the Franklin halves at $252.20. They are out of Washington silver quarters at this time. Talked to Michael. He says having trouble getting silver quarters right now from suppliers. So that was the word from them this week on the quarters. Their Roosevelt silver dimes was $127, but they are offering a 5 roll deal at $124 flat, folks. So it's $3 cheaper if you buy 5 rolls or more from them. Let them know that Coin Shop Chris sent you. Thank you, Pinbacks, for sponsoring Coin Shop Chris. It's not possible without you folks watching the videos and subscribing to the channel. So I want to thank you all for that as well. We're going to keep you in the loop here, folks, of what's going on every single week. When I hear news from channel sponsor Pinbacks, we're going to bring it to you as soon as I get the news from them as well. So they're keeping us in the loop of what's going on. Their breakdown, their half dollars was $12.60 each. Again, no silver quarters. And there are Roosevelt silver dimes. If you just buy one roll, they're $2.54 each. They were also out at pinbacks at 40% silver. I'm a little surprised by that. Should be a little alarming by that, but they were also out of 40% silver halves, folks. Michael said that he was kind of amazed how fast this stuff was going out the door this week. So there's some more tidbits for you folks. Monument Metals. They still had their sale going on, folks. Monument Metals. They came in at $249.18 for Franklin halves for $10 face. Silver quarters came in at $247.82. And they were just a tad cheaper on their dimes at $123.91 for $5 face. Their breakdown over Monument Metals was $12.46 each. Quarters came in at $6.20 each. And the Roosevelt silver dimes comes in at $2.42. I do the same companies every single week, folks. I'm not adding no company. I'm not taking any company out. Those are the companies I've started with. You guys can verify that if you've not been around that long on the channel. But I've been doing this for 32 weeks straight, and I've not missed a Saturday, and I don't plan to miss a Saturday for you folks at all. So let's go into the melt values this week. Of course, silver's down a little bit this week, so the prices are going to be down a little bit. But your war nickels have a melt value of $1.86 each. Silver dimes have a melt value of $2.39 each. Silver quarters have your melt value of $5.98 each. Silver halves, 90%, $11.97, just under the $12 threshold we seen last week, folks. I'm not worried about that at all. 40% silver halves comes in at $4.90 this week. You know, there's, like Pinbacks is out of 40% silver halves, folks. I think 40% silver is a great ready to go. Low cost. They make a great Easter gift for the kids. You don't see a lot of half dollars out there in circulation. That may be the coin for people to start getting a little bit of, to get some silver in people's hands and letting me know it's 40% silver. Educate people. That's all we need to do is keep educating people out there on 9% silver. People ask me, is it a good idea to trade 10-ounce silver bars for 90% silver? I'm gonna leave that up to you folks. Okay, me personally, when I trade dollars for something, and I get a 10-ounce Canadian Royal Mint bar, or I get a 5-ounce silver bar, I kind of like made my bed and laid in it. There will be a transaction fee at most coin shops to transfer like that from one type of metal to the next. It could be the same type of metal. It could just be a different version. Look, I don't like that type of fee, but most coin shops do it. We do it as well. There are times like right now we are actually trading either 90% silver if they bring it in. If they bring us dimes in, we're doing an even trade on the halves or the quarters if they bring us dimes. There's no trade fee for that at all. So that is what we're doing at the shop right now. So we need the dimes. Talk more about the dimes in a moment. I want to get to the rest of these numbers. Morgan dollars and peace dollars now have a melt value of $25.60. Your American Silver Eagles have a melt value of $33.10. So there is your melt values. Let's look at year-to-date on the metals, folks, because there's a lot of bad rap on it. Silver and gold or pet rocks and yada, yada, yada. Well, yeah, silver's come down a little bit. Gold's come down this week. But we will check out the other numbers. Silver, since January 1st, we're still up $4.24, or up 14.51% since the beginning of the year. Gold, still up $380.40, or up 14.40%. So silver is still outperforming gold in percentage, folks. Platinum's up $67.90, or up 7.46%. Take a look at copper per pound, up $1.09 since the beginning of the year, or up 27%. Something's going on with the copper market, folks. Is it the trade wars about to come in April? That could have a play into it. Is it because there's no copper around? That could have a play into it. You know, everything's up in the air right now if the Trump tariffs are going to be set in stone on April 2nd. So, it is what it is. How about Bitcoin? People say, oh, Bitcoin's a new digital gold. Well, it's not trading like digital gold. Bitcoin is still down $10,295.91, or down 10.90% since the beginning of the year, folks. There's your numbers for this week. I'm not involved in Bitcoin. I don't do meme coins. I wish people luck. I hope people don't lose their rear ends off with that. I'm happy the people who if you made money off meme coins, Bitcoin, congratulations. That's all I got to say is congratulations. Silver and gold, as you guys know, is for the long haul. It's something you're not going to get rich overnight. And we're trying to explain this to people that come in the shop. And it's not easy sometimes. Some people, most people, will take our, talking and say, hey, look, think about this before you sell. If you don't need to sell, there's no need to sell. The guy with the dimes. Yeah, I hear it in the comments. He shouldn't be selling his dimes. But he's putting the dimes in a good use. And he knows he shouldn't be selling them all. And we talked about that. And he's not going to sell them all. He wants to keep about $300 face. And he does have some 10-ounce bars. He's got a little bit of gold. Talked to his wife last night on the phone. She seems very, very nice. And so she's kind of like put more at ease after I talked to her. He says, well, I thought my husband's doing a Ponzi scheme or this whatever. I says, you see what he's bringing back home every single day. Yeah, I starting to understand it now. Sometimes, folks, all it needs to take is people need to see this. That's all it takes sometimes. And we cannot keep wrapping our heads around, we're buying silver, we're buying gold, we're buying platinum. We're not buying nothing. All we're doing is taking this, trading for real money. That's all we're doing. All right, that's all we're doing. You can always come back to a coin shop and get this if you really needed it, as the dollar's still around as right now. So with that being said, what my opinion is, maybe you want to call it advice, but I don't give financial advice. If someone's really hesitant about silver, gold, especially those two metals in particular, bring them with you to a coin shop. Bring them with you to a coin show. And ask the coin shop owner or the staff or someone at the local coin show, give them a 5-ounce silver bar. Not give them, but have them hang on to a 5-ounce silver bar as they go into a coin shop or into a coin show. And, coin show is probably the best way to do it, because they can go around and say, how much would you give me for this 5-ounce silver bar? They can go through every single table and find out who's paying the best price for that 5-ounce silver bar, let's say. And that may educate them enough to start getting out of this into real money. I mean, it's not a trick. It's just to show them that, hey, look, you can get this as quick as you trade for it. That's all we're doing. But the newer people need to understand, though, it's not a race to see who can get more. It's not a race to get rich. It's protecting your wealth. It's a long-time hold. And that is what we're trying to do at the shop as well. And, I wish more coin shops would do this way. And sometimes it's hard, folks. As you get a line, you can't sit down with everybody 10 to 15 minutes and try to explain a little bit. And people need more than 10 to 15 minutes of education. There's a lot of questions out there. You guys know, if you have questions, email me. I'm happy to help you. Call Michael, call Brian at Pinbacks. They're licensed CPAs, folks. they're going to treat you the right way. How many online bullion dealers that you're going to be able to call, talk to the owners themselves that are licensed CPAs on top of it? It's not one that I know of. That you're going to be able to talk to the owners themselves. And if you happen to call Pinback and you don't get Mike or Brian, ask for them to call you back. If that's who you really want to talk to. They're all good people over there. They're keeping me informed of what they're saying. That's why I'm passing it on to you folks. One more thing that I want to talk about is I did a video on the Morgan dollar set. Full set of Morgan dollars. They are, for right now, considered hanging on to it. You know, that's their choice. You know, that is their choice. I wouldn't do it. Okay? There are some people in the comment section said, yeah, hang on to it. There are other people in the comment section say sell it for other 90% silver, 5-ounce bars, whatever the case may be. That'd be my way of doing it. All right? That's just me. As we can see, we have different opinions sometimes. That's okay. You know, the other coin shop didn't want to come up any more than they offered. So my thing there was, well, they can't come up at least $500 more to get a little bit closer to your sell price. And I told them, I said, I recommend then to hang on to them at that point. I think the coin shop could have came up a little bit more, but again, you know, it's still a fair price, all right? They're not ripping them off at all. They're not taking advantage of the customer at all. It's still a fair price in that thing. But, you know, this coin shop's a little bit more like on the higher end scale. They could have came up a little bit more for this guy. But, you know, we've reached out to some other coin shops. Nobody seems to be interested right now for them. We do have another coin shop in Georgia might be interested in this set. So we will see how that plays out, folks. Again, share this video out with your local farmers markets, your friends, your relatives. You guys know I do this every single Saturday, 32 weeks in running. Every Saturday I do this type of videos to keep you guys all up to date. I thank you for watching. We will see you this afternoon. And we will keep you updated what's going on at the shop. I'm your boots on the ground. I got people from around the country keep me informed what's going on in their shops. We got a great sponsorship, Pinbacks, keeping us informed what they're seeing on their side of things. And that is what we're going to do on this channel. Keep you folks informed of what's going on in the market. Thank you for watching. Coin Shop Chris is out.